Real economic process dependence on private banking system and financial markets is synthetic fraudulent economic subordination, falsifying real economic values and real economic relations, on the behalf of economic parasitism. Private banking system and financial markets are seriously and destructively affecting the real economic process and society, by implicitly and essentially parasitic character, and chaotic, deceitful and unreal behavior. Capitalistic recession is not related to real economy, real economical process, and real economical space. Capitalistic recession is always wide in surface effect, and increasingly more and more global. Capitalistic recession always breaks down real economic relations by means of capitalistic financial system. Defects and deceptions in capitalistic financial system always propagate into real economic process. That means, capitalistic recession is distinctly related to capitalistic financial system, not to the real economic process. The real economic process is distributed synergetic process, based on real economical values and real economical relations, and by means of that it is strongly resistant and adaptive. Only ways to destabilize the real economic process in short time globally are by invalid, deceitful or chaotic control of globalized financial medium, by collapse of globalized financial system, or by global natural catastrophe. Capitalistic recession is characteristic effect of capitalistic financial system inconsistency and invalidity. Financial markets are an economic parasitic component of capitalistic financial system. All of this is the real cause of permanent financial crisis, deteriorating the real economic process and economic, cultural and societal values. Capitalistic financial crisis is permanent, and capitalistic recession is only periodical culmination of permanent financial crisis in capitalistic financial system. Forasmuch as the financial parasitism expanded to unprecedented level, creating critical flow between the real economic process and virtual, chaotic and deceitful financial sector, the intensity of permanent financial crisis is permanently enhancing. Real economic process dependence on private financial sector amplifies the deterioration effects to the level of global economic collapse. It is absurd and deeply irrational how political powers derive their reactions and steps from the chaos and intimidation of financial markets and private banking system, reactions and steps representing combination of inability, ignorance and cooperation with private banking system and financial markets. This distinctly manifests how deep societal deterioration financial markets and private banking system invoked. Any justification based on necessity of political or strategic leadership is absurd, forasmuch as societal collapse is distinctly tragic result, affecting society as entity. It is fundamentally necessary to recall the empiric historical knowledge parallels. Capitalistic financial system is unmaintainable, forasmuch as it is deeply inconsistent, and political powers fell into trap of financial markets intimidation and combination of real economic process collapse. In spite of political power corruption and infection, it is more probable that political power will sacrifice financial markets and private banking system, and will be forced to save the real economic process, forasmuch as the real economic process represents the fundament of society, and collapse of real economic process represents the collapse of society, including financial markets. Providing that political power is fully subordinated to financial markets and private banking system, catastrophe is inevitable, and only reduction of collapse impact is possible, leaving the financial markets to generate self-destruction, along with destruction of real economical process. That means, financial markets fell into trap of financial markets parasitic interest and combination of real economic process collapse. In regard to primitive, chaotic and out of reality character of financial markets, it is highly probable that financial markets will irrationally and paradoxically prefer parasitic interest in self-destruction, along with destruction of economical process, forasmuch as financial markets are chaotic structure detached from reality. By means of this, the fundamentally invalid, paradoxical, dangerous and deceitful character of capitalistic financial system manifests. There is no sane reason to preserve capitalistic financial system. It is necessary to defend freedom, democracy, justice, ownership, economic freedom and real economic process. There is no sane reason to preserve real economic process dependence on private banking system and financial markets. People of the earth must comprehend that until they grasp the consistent knowledge of virtual financial medium, virtual potential, it is dangerous to generate global currency, and it is fundamentally important to avoid currency diversity misuse, and to avoid global currency mimicking. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is free. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.